So after 7 weeks, 2 days, a couple angry emails, and a lot of patience, it finally arrived. It's difficult? All right, cool. All right, let's start first off. Started off on not so good of a note because I ordered this on May 4th after much hemming and hawing as to whether I wanted to purchase it. I knew that because of COVID and multiple orders it was going to be backed up, but it is now June 24th when it arrived. So we were at 7 weeks, 2 days. The frustrating part isn't so much that it took so long. The frustrating part is that there was obviously a lapse in shipping, because one of the things that you get when you order this is an invitation to the Facebook group, which is very supportive so far in the 7 weeks that I've been a part of that Facebook group. The problem is when people get it, they say, hey, I got my Stealth. People were literally ordering it 30 days after me, have already received theirs. So
not fair.
There was some type of problem, so it took a few emails to the company to get them to finally send this out. So that was frustrating, but it is here now. So we're gonna unbox this thing, take a look at it, use it a little bit, and give some impressions, and go from there. So let's see. So I did order the yellow. I wasn't quite ready to bump up to the orange. However, coincidentally, my sister ordered the orange before I knew she had ordered one. So I ordered yellow, she ordered orange. So in this review, she's going to be bringing her orange over, and we're going to be able to compare side by side. Starting off, the yellow is the base model. It then goes to orange and then to green. The orange is, my understanding, wider and has more padding throughout. And then the green is very similar to the orange, but it is more robust, made for more commercial use, and I believe has a better ball hinge that's designed to last a long time and take up to more weight, and has a longer warranty. So out the gate, we've got our quick start guide that'll tell you how to get the app and how to use this thing. All right, so starting out, we got our quick start guide. This comes on the Stealth Core. So it's step one, download game app, Google Play or Apple Store, look for Stealth Fitness, download the app, place your phone in the Stealth, play your games, and then join the Facebook group, which I've already done, and do not stand on it. So that's the basic quick start guide. That's it. Not that it's a very difficult apparatus, but there are no books or manuals or anything that come with it. So we're gonna download the app and give this thing a go. Okay, so what we have here is the Stealth homepage. So we got games, challenges, personal log, global leaderboard, and Stealth Nation, which I'm assuming takes you to the Facebook page. So just to get right into it, let's try the Stealth games. So I have not ordered premium yet. So here's the deal. When you buy it, just base, you get 2 free games, Galaxy Adventure and Speed Gliding. When you pay for premium, you get all these different extra games that include games like Fun Runner Color Chase. I know they had Fit Man added, which is like Pac-Man. Depending on how I feel about these first 2 games and everything, I may go ahead and order premium games down the road. I believe it's $20 a year or something to that effect. Now, $20 per year doesn't sound too horrible. From what I understand, they add 1 game a month or so, but that is the new premium setting. And it looks like, if I'm understanding correctly, the newest game they give you like a trial of, if I'm understanding that correctly, to give you a taste. So jumping right in, we're going to try Galaxy Adventure. So first impressions out the gate, not really anything wrong. The padding is fairly nice. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy thick. I'll see once I compare to the orange how it feels, depending on how long you're spending on your elbows or your hands. I know some people have talked about doing it with the elbows. Some people do it with their hands up. So we'll see how that feels. But as of right now, the padding does seem very nice. The plastic doesn't appear to be anything to write home about, but I don't think there's any fear of breaking. I'm not feeling any crazy bending or anything. But overall, it seems to freely swivel. Little bit of friction, but I mean it's a plastic bearing. So you know, it's just a big plastic ball that's rotating this plastic socket. So putting the phone in, we're starting with Galaxy Adventure. So apparently you have to start vertical. So you have a choice of countdown workout or endurance workout. So we're just going to do countdown at first. Set time. So just to keep everyone's viewing down and to keep my pride, we're going to start at 30 seconds just to give it a go. And apparently you have a way to increase countdown times by this amount every day. So you can set it and program it so every day it increases to a longer countdown time. But we're going to play now. I'm setting it in. So you have a choice. It's showing how to hold it. Start exercise. End game by double tapping screen. So 1, I'm up. All right. So I just have to find these planets and hover over them. Oh, moving on me. I don't know what that means. Twist right and left to destroy. Planet. All right, that's when you have to hold on for a second. All right, I guess we're done with that first 30 seconds. So my sister came down today. We did a Murph with plate carriers, and we did mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then we went for a 4-mile run for a total of 5 miles. Then we decided to come back and plank with our plate carriers. But fortunately, she brought down her orange and I have my yellow. So one of the things you might be able to see from the beginning is that the orange is just a little bit larger and has more padding throughout. You also notice, for those that are curious that have the pop sockets in the back, she did this little adapter thing with the pop socket that helps hold it in. As far as the padding goes, it does feel a little softer, and obviously there's a width difference. I'm not sure, how often do you use the middle padding?
Not really.
Not very often at all. So I'm not sure if it's worth it to have the padding or if it's needed for anything, but it definitely has a nice look to it. One of the other things she pointed out to me was, if you look on the back side, the orange comes with kind of like handle grips. Now, I mean, you can still hold the yellow, but it's kind of designed more so to be held under here. The ball sockets themselves appear to be the same. I believe the orange and the yellow have the same warranty as opposed to the green, which is 1 year. As a whole, I noticed for myself, I'm about 5'10", 200 pounds or so. And I know when I get really slippery, I start to slide off the sides. I know this is a little wider, but correct me if I'm wrong, Tori, you said you slide off a little bit, so you start using a towel?
I started slipping, but I do a little workout towel. Put it down, works perfectly.
I think I've seen a few of the posts on the Facebook page showing the towel option as well. So especially when you get really, really sweaty, I know it's like 80 something degrees right now with the high humidity where we are. Plus we were doing it after the Murph. I was very sweaty. So that is something to take into consideration. The padding on both is perfectly adequate. This is definitely a little bit thicker, nicer padding, but I don't have any complaints about the padding on the yellow. You get a little more torque on the orange because you can go wider, so that's just straight physics. Whether that's helpful or anything against the core, I don't know. But as a whole, if you're interested in it, if you have the extra $50, it may be worth it to bump up to the orange. It's slightly better quality, slightly better foam. If you're just looking like I was to get into this, then I would recommend going with the yellow. Hopefully at some point I'll get my hands on a green, which is the more commercial level. So I personally had a hard time spending that much money. I very much wanted the American made and everything, but for something I didn't even know if I was going to like, I had a hard time justifying spending $250 on the board when the $100 version seems to be working just fine for me. Are there any other comparisons between the yellow and the orange that you wanted to point out or noticed?
No comparisons. I would just say, like, if you have a larger phone like the S9 Plus or such, it does accommodate. Like, you can fit multiple size phones into both of these.
So it can fit the plus size phones.
Yeah, because I see how yours fits and I see how mine fits. It's good. You can totally put the S9 Plus in there.
All right. So that is a comparison in person of the yellow and the orange models. All right, so let's finish up this review. I've had the yellow Stealth now for approximately 3 weeks. As you saw before, my sister has the orange and brought hers over so we can compare side by side. At this point, I'm pleased with my yellow Stealth. I'm having no real issues. Again, I'm about 5'10", 200 pounds. I'm having no real issues with my yellow Stealth. Now, if you want to spend the extra $50 for the slightly wider, slightly softer orange, by all means, absolutely go and grab that. If you own a small commercial gym, or if you are a heavier person that's concerned about weight limits, then by all means, get the green. As far as for myself, the yellow has been perfectly satisfactory up till this point, and I'm having a lot of fun with the different games that are offered. Currently, my favorite is archery, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's getting me to want to plank, and it's taking just a simple, monotonous isometric exercise and turning it into a fun, dynamic exercise that engages frontal abs, the obliques, glutes, hamstrings, arms, shoulders, everything. So it is doing what it's supposed to do. It's making me more motivated to do planks. It is helping strengthen the core. It is getting me to want to do more planks throughout the day, throughout the week, as opposed to what I would normally structure into my workouts. Speaking of workouts, something that seems to be confusing to some of the people on the Facebook group that I've seen from different posts is this is not a standalone magical bullet to exercise. This is an addition to an exercise and diet program. So will it make you stronger in your core? Absolutely. Is it fun with the games? Absolutely. But you also need to take a look at your diet as well as additional exercises to help make you more healthy, tone you up, lose fat, etc. I want to go over some of the pros and cons before we wrap this up, starting with the pros. As I've said, it does actually make me want to plank more. It's fun. The bright colors, kind of draw your attention to it. And then in addition to that, the Facebook group, when you're scrolling through Facebook and you see all the people posting positive messages or asking for encouragement, challenges, it provides you with a community as well. It's not just go to the store, buy it, come home, and that's it. You have a support community as well to encourage you to continue working out. It is, so far, for me at least, at 200 pounds, durable. The games are fun. It's designed, or does what it's designed to do. As far as the cons, and I want to clarify, the cons I do not think outweigh the benefits and pros of the apparatus here. Some small things. One, I've noticed that, at least for me, on my Samsung Galaxy 10, that the app locks up rather frequently on me in the beginning. Once the app's running, I've had no personal issues, but sometimes I'll open up the app and it'll freeze on me. Two, some people have to be very careful with their fingers. If you start to lose control, there is a chance you could pinch your fingers. Now, that's easily remedied by putting your hands on top or making fists, or just being cognizant of when you're starting to fall over, you get your fingers out. But that is something to be aware of. There is nothing, unless you use my sister's pop socket idea, there's nothing holding the phone in. Now, for most of the games I found, that's not a problem. But for example, on the Running Man one, you're supposed to quickly jerk the board to jump over the barricades, and I know that I've had my phone pop out a few times. I think I've seen a few people comment on that as well. So again, most of the games, not a problem, but as it is not attached to the recessed opening, there's a chance that the phone could pop out on the more aggressive games. I've noticed that the phone has to stay in the vertical position, even for horizontal games, up until you get into the actual game. I kind of wish that there was a way that the app would rotate so you could just stay in the horizontal or put it in the stealth, scroll through everything, get to the game you want, settings and everything, and just start. Not a big deal at all. It's just something, again, small nitpicky thing. So in closing, I think this is a very good product. By the way, to clarify, I am not sponsored, paid. I have not received any compensation or anything from Stealth. It's just something that I am pleased with that I've purchased. I do intend to keep using it and going from there. Hope you guys found this review helpful. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll be following up with more reviews on different items.